This is Dumbline, the podcast of dumb crimes and even dumber criminals. Oh, waka. Welcome to Dumbline, the roadie of Dawkins' favorite true crime podcast. My name is Greg. I'm with my golfing buddy Jason.
How's it going, everybody?
I'm the diva of Diddolini, Maria.
Hey, dummies.
Was that a Fozzie Bear reference?
Yeah, waka waka.
Love
Yeah.
Fozzie.
I got a real bone to pick with some people.
Wow, this is new. What is it?
So apparently they make, I'm sorry, if you're a parent who does this, I'm sorry, you might want to just forward to the headline. They have these little plastic people. They look like little plastic kids playing. And it's a sign people stick in the middle of the street, a small street.
Oh, yeah.
It says,
yeah.
children
at
slow,
play. Yeah.
children playing.
Yeah.
Cut me a break. I remember when we had yield signs for blind kids and deaf kids. Perfectly
Yes.
understandable. They
Yeah.
can't see you coming. They can't hear your horn. A healthy kid, I gotta.
Yeah.
No. I played basketball in streets. I played.
You would yell
stickball.
car. You would
we
yell
watched
car.
out for cars.
Yeah,
we
you
didn't
would-
tell cars. We're in the street.
Yeah. You would have to yell. We would yell car.
Yeah.
Car.
Teach
and you
your
would-
children to
yeah.
look out for cars.
Oh,
I got to
man.
slow down now because your kids are in the middle of the street. Go to the suburbs. If you want to play, go to the cul-de-sac in the suburbs if you want your kids to play in the streets, not in a city.
I was
too many people.
I was going to say, like, if you're raising your kids in the city, they should be aware of cars coming out of nowhere all the time.
Yes.
And there's
Like, they should be in the street.
We have parks everywhere.
We do.
And
We
it's
do have parks.
And is the sign, the one that annoys me, is the sign looks like a little person.
Yes.
And it's holding
Yeah,
a
I want to
flag.
kick it. I want to kick it over so bad when I
It's got
walk
like
past
it's got like a little hat
on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah.
yes,
I
yes.
hate that plastic
Yes.
kid.
Yeah.
I want to kick him so bad, knock him over.
Yeah. It's annoying.
I wasn't even thinking about those. I was just thinking about the general.
It's so
like-
annoying. Like it's,
Yeah, it's
it
like a
looks
little
like
plastic
kid, yeah.
person.
Yeah.
They stand up in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And it's a small street. So, like, oh, no, it's like, come on, cut it out.
I know. And if you give them
Teach
shit,
your children to look out. Some responsibility.
If you give them shit, they get real pissed. They get real
it's
pissed.
like a mob, an angry mob of procreators will
Yeah.
come down on you. Watch our kids. Watch our kids. Stop it. It's a street. I just want to go to speed limit. 15 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour down the street.
I got into it.
I got places to go. I got soft pretzels to pick up. Jesus,
I know.
come on.
I was in a similar argument with a school who would just park in the bike lane and drop their kids off.
Oh,
and
yeah,
if you
yeah.
said anything to them, God
No, dude.
forbid,
No,
I'm
dude.
dropping my kids off. But it's okay if I go into the street and get crushed by a truck.
You should merge into oncoming traffic. Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
I understand. I'm sorry, parents out there. I know we have great parent listeners, but
Just
fuck.
personal responsibility.
Yeah.
The kids should look out for cars.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
teach them. Cars are dangerous. Look out.
No
That's
double
it.
wide strollers either.
Yeah. Oh, please. Don't get me started.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Maria, you got a headline to distract me and calm me down a little bit.
I do.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it.
This week's headline is from Associated Press, Albany, New York, February 4th, 2025. New York judge resigns after saying he can't be on a jury since he thinks all defendants are guilty.
Oh, wow. Weird he can be on the bench, but not on the jury.
It's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was like his excuse to get out, and he was like, "Oh fuck." Like, I'm just going to tell him I think everybody's guilty and I won't have to serve.
That's exactly what it was. Richard T. Snyder was charged with misconduct after trying to get out of grand jury duty in 2023 by saying he thinks everyone brought before the court is a criminal.
Jesus Christ.
He has since resigned from Petersburg Town Court.
Oh, my God.
What a dumb
dick. His name's
what a
Richard?
dick.
What a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. And for the least thing you can do is show up and serve on a jury.
I will say those grand juries are a bear.
They've
It's
gotta
like
be.
one day a week for like
Yeah.
18 months.
Are you kidding? It's my dream to be on a grand
Like every
jury.
Thursday for 18 months? My uncle had this.
I understand.
Horrible.
I understand it, but it's what you. I mean, I would hope somebody would take my shit seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope that I
You know.
am lucky enough never to be in front of a grand jury.
oh,
Yes.
I hope so too. But fucking crazy shit's happening. I see.
Man. Is he, I'd like to know, was he appointed? Was he elected?
That I don't know.
Had to be elected, right?
If he was elected, I think he would have known Oh, you know what? What am I saying? I was going to say, I think he would have known better than to say that, but here we are in 2025. So, okay.
What's his name again? Rich Snyder?
Yeah, Richard T. Snyder.
Richard T. Snyder.
Dick Snyder.
D.
I'm going to
Snyder.
say middle-aged, white, hetero, cis male.
Ding, 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 ding.
Middle aged. No, he's been in his 60s, I bet. 60s? Over 60s?
I think he's in his 60s.
All right. Might be later than middle-aged.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into a fun crime story.
Okay.
That's true. And funny.
And funny.
And dumb. Thanks, Maria.
This is what happens when a dum-dum appears to have committed a crime on Opposites Day, which is, I guess, when criminals would want to get caught. This episode's sources include Forensic Files, Season 13, Episode 9, titled Separation Anxiety, 48 Hours, Season 19, Episode 5, Secrets and Lies on Grapevine Lake, and the Fort Worth Star-Telegram.
Texas.
All details about sources are included in our show notes. It is indeed Texas.
Boo.
Don't
Guilty.
Yeah.
I'm all about. I'm with Dick
yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah,
here.
I'm with
Guilty.
I'm with him too.
Texas guilty.
Yeah.
Sorry, Texas.
Yeah. Sorry, Texas listeners. Offending a lot of listeners today. Parents and people from Texas, you stink.
I wonder what the Venn diagram is.
Yeah.
Ay. So David Nixon is a 40-year-old, highly successful real estate agent living in Grapevine, Texas, which is about 23 miles from Dallas.
Boo.
He's been married twice and now lives with his girlfriend, a 32-year-old accountant named Tracy Frame.
Frame?
Frame, just like it, the normal frame spelling. On April 21st, 2002, when David doesn't show up for a dinner with his 10-year-old son and doesn't return numerous phone calls, his ex-wife, Donna Lella, reports him missing.
Donna Lella?
Donna space Lella. Her last
I thought her name was Donna
Donalella.
Donalella.
Like Donatella. Donalella.
Her name is Donalella Bursmachi.
It's like the female Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Donalella.
Yes.
Later that night in Grand Prairie, about 19 miles from Grapevine, a passerby notices a fire in a warehouse district. Authorities discover that what's burning is a body wrapped in an electric blanket and a tarp. Though the remains are not immediately identifiable, dental records confirm that the victim is David.
Electric blankets are like more flammable than a regular blanket?
It's relevant to what comes
okay,
later,
okay.
but actually maybe because it has like wires and stuff in it. So.
No, like I mean, no offense by this whatsoever, but with like that tarp and like the electric blanket and unfortunately the body, I can't imagine what that smelled like with plastic and all that. It had to be.
It had to be horrible. David's been shot once in the heart and has been dead for about 36 to 48 hours. Because where the body is found is not the crime scene, the only clues left at the site are tire tracks about 10 feet from his body.
How can they tell when he was killed, when he was on fire?
It's a matter of decomposition of the body, but I believe it's much more complicated when the body's burned. But
I would think the fire's an accelerant to the decomposition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would assume that would accelerate things a little.
I think it has something to do also. You know what? I'm not going to say this because I don't want to.
Yeah, can they tell? I don't know, like oxygen to the brain, or
I'm just curious.
So, of course, investigators begin examining David's immediate orbit. His first two wives have alibis and are cleared, but Tracy doesn't have a solid one. She was home alone. They also learn that David owes about $100,000 to the IRS and has significant gambling debts. Because of his IRS trouble, the house David and Tracy share is in her name, although David bought it. They also find out that Tracy broke up with David earlier that spring. They've been arguing about money recently, and Tracy has told their neighbors that he wouldn't be living in their house anymore, which is his house. When investigators interview Tracy, she denies knowing where David is or what happened to him. And then, little by little, more about David and Tracy's relationship is revealed. Tracy had just changed the house's locks without telling David, prompting him to call the police for intervention in early April.
So this all seems like a really solid, loving relationship.
Is his name on the deed?
No, her name is because he was trying to hide expenses from the IRS.
He bought it.
Yes.
He bought it under her name. So he's like, "This is my house," but she's like, "Get out."
Yeah, they broke up.
It
And then
complicates things.
Cops show up. They're like, your name's on the deed, bro.
Yeah.
Beat it.
You got to go. Yeah.
So when he's on the phone with 911, he says, basically, it's my house. I was dumb enough to put it in my girlfriend's name.
That's
Wah,
true.
wah.
I mean,
Good.
Yeah, really.
I like that we all do the gull now before the gull goes. When police follow up with Tracy about that incident, she tells them that David's moved out of state for work. But that excuse obviously won't fly with David's boss, who, when he asks her where David is, she says she has no idea of his location.
Well, he moved out of state for work. Well, wait, he works for me. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
No, he
Wait,
has a second
what's
job.
happening here?
Second job.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. He's got another job.
Neighbors tell police that a moving truck was parked in their driveway in the days after David's disappearance. Tracy explains that though he's on vacation, he's asked her to rent a moving truck to remove his belongings from the house, but he never returns. So that's a total of 3 conflicting stories about his whereabouts.
And
She didn't know where he was.
She didn't. She offered a lot of explanations.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where he is, but she hired a
No.
moving truck.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I don't know.
I don't know.
Picking stuff up. I don't know.
You told me to put it, but I thought you didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just park out front till he gives me a text, lets me know where you guys should take his stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Waiting for a carrier pigeon.
An initial search of David and Tracy's home doesn't yield any forensic evidence except for an electric blanket controller, but no blanket.
Wait, there's a remote control electric blanket these days?
There's the little
Wow.
thing. I don't know. It's a controller, so it's the thing that's attached to the blanket with buttons
Yeah,
and a
it's
wire.
usually a wire. Yeah. Those wires have been cut.
Probably like plugs in or
Yeah,
something.
maybe
like
it does plug
something
in.
like that, like plugged in.
So the day after his body is found, David's white Lexus, Tracy has a matching black one, is found abandoned in the parking lot of a Tom Thumb grocery store near their home.
Tom Thumb.
I
Thumb
know.
grocery store.
Weird, right?
What? This
that a
is
chain?
This is Texas again.
Yeah.
Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb.
It's still around. I looked it up.
Is it?
Yeah. Even that
How many
location
lo-
is
How
still
many
around.
locations do they have?
I don't know.
Okay.
The driver's seat is positioned extremely close to the steering wheel, which indicates that someone other than David drove it last. He was 6'4" and 240 pounds.
68 locations.
Wow.
Small chain.
Maybe he was looking for something, though. He got out of the car, moved the seat up, looking
Possibly.
underneath for something.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean a little person is
It doesn't.
involved.
But usually you slide it back in place. You push it up and look for something and then
Before I
slide
get
back
into
in
it,
place.
yeah, but maybe he found what he got and he rolled.
Maybe. When police review the lot's security footage, they see his car enter 37 minutes before his body was found. The driver
So the
on
fire was set, all that's set within 37 minutes?
it was 37 minutes before his body was found. So the body was burning and this car was abandoned in the lot after the body was set on fire.
But it entered the lot
Yeah.
after his body was
Yes.
burned.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
In the footage, the driver then gets in a black car and drives out of the lot. 4 hours before the white car enters, a black car is parked in the lot by the same driver. When the driver leaves that car, they get into a moving truck and leave.
This is all. It's all like just moving cars around. It's the
Yeah.
same person, just like
Shell game.
Yeah, it is. It's like parking cars. That Seinfeld episode.
The previous day, footage shows the driver parking the moving truck and walking out of the lot accompanied by a black dog. Tracy has a black dog, a black Lexus, and as we've said, a moving truck has been in her driveway. The footage is really blurry, so it's hard to correctly identify the driver.
What year is this?
This is 2002.
2002. So it's not like cameras.
big
It's not like
cameras,
cameras. Yeah, but it's also like they weren't very inconspicuous like they are now. So she's
Yeah.
got to see this giant camera somewhere, and she's just like moving this thing back and forth. It's weird. Weird. Did she even look for a camera? I guess not.
I don't
Like,
think she did. I mean,
Obviously.
so the footage is really blurry and it's hard to correctly identify the driver. Police check video footage from inside the store, and the driver is a woman. She enters and buys garbage bags and muriatic acid, which is basically hydrogen chloride. But even then, the woman's identity...
What's it called?
Muriatic acid.
Where do you buy that at? The
Apparently,
Tom
Tom
Thumb?
Thumb.
A grocery? What is
You
it?
can just buy
What is
that?
muriatic acid? Is
It's
there
like
some-
hydrogen chloride. It's used to remove stains. So...
Never heard of it.
So the woman's identity is still obscured in this video, and here comes the dumb. When investigators want to confirm that the woman is Tracy, all they need to do is look at her purchase record. Because Tracy hands the cashier her Tom Thumb rewards card for the purchase.
Oh, I mean, you got to get those points.
You have to. Mm-hmm. You have to.
The register records that the card belongs to Tracy, and by using it, she saved a whopping 19 cents on her purchase.
It's not bad. Every little bit helps.
A good coupon.
Maybe she's a part of fire, you know.
I mean,
she's $100,000 in debt with the IRS with his husband and her.
Maybe.
Yeah, so she's got a she's got a scrimp.
So when police meet with Tracy again to conduct a more formal interview, they let her know that they found David's body. She doesn't ask where they found him or other basic details most people would ask first. Instead, she says, "How did you identify him?" And of course, she can't explain how the woman at the store has her rewards card.
That's a bad first question.
It is. Yeah. And everybody has different reactions, but that's a very...
No, I agree. You cannot judge somebody's guilt on their reaction.
But we don't know
news.
what the copper said. He could have been like, "Oh, we found your husband burned. We found your husband's burned body."
No, the cops found it really suspicious. I'm pretty sure they said, "We found David." I'm pretty sure it was basic.
Sounds like a Richard T. Snyder fan over here. Yeah.
Dick T.
Yeah.
Big fan of Dick T.
Everybody's guilty.
I'm a Dick T. truther.
Free Dick T. Free Dick T.
Tracy also tells police that she drove her black Lexus to return the moving truck on the night of April 20th, but the moving company says she returned it on the 21st while driving a white Lexus.
Wait, she drove her black Lexus to return the moving truck?
Yes.
She got it hitched?
That doesn't make any sense now that we're reading that back.
No.
I have no idea.
Unless someone followed her in her car and then she hopped in the car with
Hey, it'd be really weird to show up at U-Haul with your black car and be like, "I just returned it."
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Someone must have followed her.
Yeah, that's weird.
When law enforcement searches Tracy's home, they find the items she purchased during her shopping trip, and the tire tracks near David's body are a match for the moving truck she rented. But police are puzzled by Tracy's size versus David's. She weighs about 100 pounds less than him, and since he's 6'4", is definitely considerably shorter than he is. The moving truck did come with a free hand truck, though, and Tracy has marks on her legs that perfectly align with where the hand truck would press into them if she were carrying something extremely heavy. And here comes more dumb. Dumb. The day after David disappears, Tracy visits a janitorial supply store to buy about $100 worth of cleaning supplies. She asks the staff for a foolproof way to remove bloodstains. The store clerk recommends muriatic acid, but they don't sell it. The next day, she, or the mystery woman who by some miracle happens to have her Tom Thumb rewards card, buys muriatic acid.
That's a crazy suggestion to somebody, like muriatic acid.
I have never even heard that term before. I don't know if they just call everything hydrogen chloride now and that's like an older term for it, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just hydrochloric acid. But what do you use that for? I wouldn't even know you could buy that at Home Depot.
It's a diluted form of hydrochloric acid. Muriatic acid. So it's cleaning metal. You can remove rust with it.
Probably blood.
Etching surfaces before painting or sealing.
Balances pH levels in pools.
I did also read that as well.
All right.
So Tracy's arrested April 24th, just 2 days after David's body was found. She's bonded out and isn't formally charged until August. And here comes more dumb.
Whoa.
Dum dum dum.
In a classic move, Tracy is interviewed by 48 Hours before her trial to make herself appear more sympathetic. It doesn't.
Shocker.
I know.
All of these people love going on camera and think they're going to smooth it over.
Yeah.
And it's just a dumpster
she's
fire.
like, once they see me, they'll love me.
Yeah,
they're just going to love me.
And they're not going to ask any hard questions.
No.
And then they're just fucked.
About the mysterious rewards card evidence, she says, "I don't have an answer for it, but I don't think that I would use a discount card if I was trying to sneak around town."
Right. She's not an idiot.
Yeah. She knows that she was she knows. She was like, fuck. Like, how dumb was that?
That rewards program is really good. Like, those cards are in high demand.
Those
Tom Thumb cards.
I mean, I just picture her sitting up at night, like once a night, like, fuck.
Yes.
Why did I do that?
You can't get a Tom Thumb card.
Not just any
easily.
bozo can walk in off the street and get a Tom Thumb card.
They're not free.
Since she's free until her trial, she has to wear an ankle monitor, which she uses on 48 hours to try to garner more sympathy, saying, quote, to go to a restaurant or to go shopping in shorts when it's 105 degrees, it's hard.
It's also hard to, not be alive.
I know.
And
I know.
If your husband isn't, or your boyfriend isn't alive.
I know. And then she says,
a little bit harder.
Everybody stares. I'm like, at the ankle monitor or the woman who probably killed her boyfriend?
Yeah. Everybody's staring at you because they know you murdered him. Like this, she sucks. You suck, Tracy.
Well, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, because the seat was so far up, maybe it was Tom Thumb.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was just Tom Thumb.
Maybe it is Tom Thumb himself.
And the whole thing's a conspiracy.
Yes.
And he needed a hand truck for the muriatic acid.
He's a tiny guy, Tom Thumb.
He's a little guy.
She also complains that it leaves bruises on her ankle.
He's got this whole thing where he goes around. He's a serial killer, but then he pins it on customers using their
whatever they buy.
Rewards card.
Yes, and he tracks what they buy and then commits a crime using items they've bought.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got 68 stores just to do this whole scheme.
His whole thing is to feed his
it's not easy being that tiny. Yeah. He's probably angry.
He is angry.
So
on the size of a thumb. Is that what they say in folklore?
I mean,
is
he the size of a thumb?
I thought it wasn't.
I don't know.
I think so. He wasn't big. I don't think.
Hot take: Tom Thumb was not big.
Well, I don't think it was like I didn't think it was like you call the big guy tiny. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom Thumb in English folklore is said to be no bigger than his father's thumb.
Oh man, that seat must have been pulled way up.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing a big thumb driving a car now.
It's not a big thumb.
No,
it's a tiny one.
It's a whole person that big. Oh man, that'd be so cool to have like your buddy Tom Thumb. Just put him in your. Come on, Tom. Put him in your pocket.
And he's a crazy serial killer.
Yeah.
He gets a couple beers in him. He goes nuts. Well, at that size, just like a half a beer, you're going crazy.
Not even a
He's drinking beers.
That's so funny.
He's doing shots out of an eyedropper.
Whatever you do not get him drunk.
So the theory is that on the night of the murder, Tracy intended to put David's body in a storm drain in the area where his body was found, and it didn't fit. So her second option was burning the body.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she's a monster. Tracy's case goes to trial in March 2005, and on March 10th, after 4 hours of deliberation, Tracy Frame is convicted and sentenced to 40 years in prison.
They don't give her the death penalty down there in Texas?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I feel like that's like, if anybody's going to get the death penalty, is going to be this woman that killed a white guy and lit him on fire.
Yeah.
Nothing?
40 years.
Man, you're weak, Texas.
She's incarcerated at the Carroll Young Complex in Dickinson, Texas, and is scheduled for release in 2044.
Bunch of snowflakes down in Texas now.
Yeah?
Well, that was 20 years ago.
Soft on Donalella?
They are soft on Donald. I'm obviously kidding, but you can see, Texas loves that shit. I'm surprised they didn't.
Okay, so don't pay with your reward card.
Well, yeah.
Don't go on 48 hours.
If you're going to commit a crime, don't buy the products.
Yeah.
You get a cash-only transaction with no discount cards.
Yeah, don't go on 48 hours. Like, it never works out.
Right.
Don't go on TV.
I mean, you obviously know there's security cameras at a parking lot. Wear a wig or some stilts or something.
Yeah.
Stilts. That's advice for Tom Thumb. That's not for Tracy.
Man, it was crazy. This person had a pink wig and they were 9'10".
Yeah. But it's really the size of a thumb.
Yeah.
It'd be great if it was like she was in love with Tom Thumb. It was like trying to get rid of her husband or her love interest. Tom Thumb.
6'4".
Yeah.
You don't have a Tom Thumb.
She's like a dyslexic
man, this guy's got a real Napoleon complex, this Tom Thumb guy.
Whatever you do, you didn't hear it from me, but do not sign up for a Tom Thumb rewards card. Strange things happen to people with the Tom Thumb rewards card.
I can't take the name of that store.
I'm going to the
Why
Tom.
would you
I'm
call
going to
yourself
the
the
Tom
Thumb store.
Like ours are kind of weird. Like we
got Giant here. We got
Giant,
Super Fresh.
Super
Tom
Fresh.
Thumb.
ShopRite.
Like having an Oompa Loompa store.
Yeah.
Well, I
Tom
mean, there is
Thumb.
like
It's
Piggly Wiggly.
Wiggly too.
Tinkerbell.
The Piggly
Oh,
Wiggly's weird.
You want to go to Tinkerbell or Tom Thumb?
You think Piggly Wiggly or Tom Thumb wouldn't fly up here? I don't think
Yeah,
anybody
maybe.
would go to it.
Tom Thumb store.
I mean, well, again, thank God that Tracy is such a fucking idiot that
Dope.
she is
Such a dope.
easily caught and arrested and prosecuted.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty light, Texas.
I mean,
I'm surprised.
I think being arrested within 2 days of the body being found might be a record for Drumline.
That's
Even
it might be a record period. Like that's quick.
yeah.
2 days.
That's quick.
That's 48 hours. That's the most important. Apparently, that's the most important time to solve a crime. I hear.
I did see.
Yeah, it is.
I saw shows about that, or so. There's like a
Called
show.
The
it's
First
like-
48.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
There you go.
Wait,
Yeah. I don't know. I've never watched it.
Neither have
do
I.
they kill?
It's good.
Do they kill? Do they
kill
catch people in the first
Do they kill
48 hours?
people?
That I don't know. I haven't watched like a ton of them. I'm sure they keep it to
Oh,
the
so
people
why
they
don't you like that
catch.
show?
I don't really like the format of those. Like, I don't know.
You don't
It's
like
focused
the-
on the police force. It's not really focused on victimology and I don't know. I don't
Okay.
like. Anyway, yeah, I'm not crazy about it. Propaganda. That's what.
Oh, wow!
I didn't make that up.
You
I
didn't? That's
no,
a
no,
thing?
No.
Oh,
That's a thing.
propaganda.
That's like Law and Order.
Yeah. Okay. I
Propaganda.
could see that.
Interesting.
Dun, dun.
All right, Jason, why don't you do your thing?
Yeah, you know where to
We'll
find
play
us.
Get the Go
Yeah,
Maria
you know where to find us. Instagram, Twitter. It will always be Twitter.
I still call it Twitter.
Are we on Twitter? X, whatever.
Well, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
don't know.
Greg can just cut it out if we're not.
I don't know. We might be.
So we are on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I do know that. So you can check us out there, and always rate and subscribe and share with your friends. And again, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
I just have one other note. Some of the later versions of the Apple operating software are not automatically downloading episodes, so make sure you're turned on to get the episodes downloaded to your phone rather than actively having to do it.
Yeah,
Good tip.
that is a good tip.
All right, let's play everyone's favorite game. Get to know Maria. Get to know Maria.
Get to know her.
Maria, what's the first album or cassette you ever received?
I'm not sure if this was the absolute first, but my friend's father
Question is
owned-
the first, please.
I'm telling you, I think I was 7, okay? So it wasn't like I was 13.
Okay.
And my friend's father owned like a 7-inch distribution outlet warehouse for jukeboxes and stuff. And one day I was hanging out with her. We went over there and quote unquote worked for the day. So I got to pick out whatever 45 I wanted. And I picked Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar.
Oh, nice one.
And I still have it.
Oh,
do you really?
that's
I
good.
do. I still have it.
Oh,
How'd that album cover look? She had to look great. Was
She
this
was a
was
black
this short?
tank
Was this
top.
short hair? Pat
Yeah,
Benatar?
she had like a little bit of a bi-level. Remember
Okay,
that?
yeah.
Probably more like
What the hell's a
yeah.
bi-level?
More like they used to call it that in like the early 80s, the mullet basically, but
Oh.
a little bit more feminine.
Yeah.
She had a black tank top on. She was looking over her shoulder.
Oh man,
It's a cool album cover.
she's
record.
underrated.
Totally underrated.
Big fan of Pat Benatar.
She's in the Hall of Fame, isn't she?
I don't know.
She has to.
Oh, she was.
She's great though.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Well, thanks for spending your time with us. Don't go if you get tired of shopping at Tom Thumb. Check out Tiny Tim's. My name's Greg.
I'm Jason.
I'm Maria.
Take it easy.
See you, everybody.
Bye, dummies.